Amelia never planned to step inside the grand mansion on the hill that morning. She had only agreed to cover her sister Lily's shift because Lily woke up sick, pale as a sheet and barely able to stand. Amelia, a small-town girl with big dreams and a heart too soft for her own good, couldn't say no. "It's just for one day," Lily had whispered, clutching her blanket. "You just need to clean a few rooms, the boss won't even notice you." How wrong she was. The mansion loomed ahead like something out of a dream or a fairy tale. Tall marble pillars, gold-framed doors, and windows that glittered in the sunlight like polished mirrors. Amelia's breath caught as she stepped inside, her reflection dancing on the glossy floors. Everything smelled of fresh lilies and expensive cologne. She tightened her apron nervously, clutching the cleaning cloth as if it were a lifeline. She had no idea that inside this house, her entire world was about to shift forever. The butler, a man with kind eyes but strict posture, guided her to the living room. "You'll start here," he said curtly. "Mr. Hayes is in a meeting. Please be quiet." She nodded quickly. Mr. Hayes, the name alone carried weight. She'd heard about him through Lily's stories. Nathaniel Hayes, the CEO of Hayes Enterprises, a man with a mind of steel and a heart people said had frozen years ago. A widowed father, a business legend, the kind of man whose presence made the air itself pause. Amelia didn't think she'd even glimpse him. She just needed to clean, do her best, and leave before she made a mistake. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. As she dusted the bookshelves, she heard a small giggle. She turned around, and there he was. Not the CEO, but a tiny boy with tousled brown hair, clutching a stuffed elephant. His wide blue eyes blinked curiously at her. "Who are you?" he asked. Amelia smiled gently. "I'm helping clean today," she said softly. "What's your name?" "Oliver," he replied proudly. "My daddy says I'm the boss when he's not home." Amelia laughed, the sound light and warm in the quiet room. The boy grinned and held up his toy. "Do you like elephants?" "I love them," she said, crouching to his level. "They never forget, you know." Oliver nodded solemnly. "That's what Mommy used to say." Her heart softened. There was a tiny ache in his tone, one that spoke of love lost too soon. Before she could respond, a deep voice echoed behind them. "Oliver, what did I tell you about interrupting people while they're working?" Amelia froze. Slowly, she turned, and there he was. Nathaniel Hayes. Tall, commanding, dressed in a navy suit that fit him like it was made for his soul. His sharp jaw, storm-gray eyes, and the quiet authority in his stride made Amelia's breath catch. He was handsome, yes, but there was something else, a gravity, a loneliness cloaked in power. "I'm sorry, sir," she stammered. He was just, "It's fine," he cut in, his tone calm but distant. His eyes flicked over her uniform. "You're new." "Yes, sir," she said quickly, lowering her gaze. "I'm covering for my sister." "Lily?" he asked, and when she nodded, something softened in his expression. "She's reliable." "I hope you are too." Amelia swallowed hard. "I'll do my best." He nodded once, then looked at Oliver. "Time for lunch, buddy." The boy frowned. "But I like her." Nathaniel's lips twitched, almost a smile. "You can talk to her later." He took Oliver's hand, but before leaving, his gaze lingered on Amelia for just a moment longer, curious, assessing, almost intrigued. The rest of the day passed in a blur. Amelia tried to focus on her tasks, but her thoughts kept drifting to that look, brief but unforgettable. What was it about him that made her heart race? Maybe it was the contradiction, a powerful man who looked like he carried the world but still had a softness in his eyes when he looked at his son. Late in the afternoon, as she finished tidying the study, she noticed a photograph on the desk. Nathaniel, a beautiful woman, and little Oliver, frozen in happier times. The woman's smile was radiant, her hand gently resting on Nathaniel's arm. Amelia felt a pang of sorrow. No wonder he seemed so guarded. Love, once lost, leaves a shadow that never quite fades. Just as she turned to leave, the door creaked open. Nathaniel stood there again, this time without his jacket, his sleeves rolled up. "You've done good work," he said simply. "Thank you, sir." "You're not like the others," he murmured, more to himself than to her. Most staff don't talk to Oliver. They avoid him, afraid to say the wrong thing. Amelia hesitated. He's just a child, she said softly. He needs kindness, not silence. For the first time, he smiled, a real, gentle smile that reached his eyes. You remind me of someone. Amelia tilted her head. Your wife. His eyes darkened slightly, but he didn't seem angry. Yes. She used to say things like that. There was a pause, long, tender, almost sacred. Two people standing in a quiet room, bound by understanding neither of them expected. Then Oliver's laughter echoed from the hall, breaking the spell. Nathaniel cleared his throat. Would you stay for dinner? Amelia blinked, startled. Sir. You've been here all day, he said, his tone composed again. It's the least I can offer. Besides, Oliver would like it. Dinner was simple but warm, a rare thing in a house built on silence. Oliver talked endlessly, showing Amelia his toys, his drawings, his favorite stories. Nathaniel watched, saying little, but every so often his eyes would drift toward Amelia, thoughtful, as though trying to understand why her presence felt right. She didn't belong to his world of boardrooms and billion-dollar deals, yet somehow, she fit perfectly at his table. When the meal ended, Amelia helped Oliver put away his toys. You'll come back tomorrow, right? He asked hopefully. She hesitated. I don't know, sweetheart. Your dad will decide that. The boy ran to Nathaniel. Daddy, can she? Nathaniel looked at Amelia. Her heart pounded as their eyes met again. Something unspoken passed between them, something that felt dangerously close to destiny. We'll see, he said quietly. Good night, Oliver. The boy hugged his elephant and trotted upstairs. Now they were alone again, in the soft glow of the chandelier. You didn't have to say yes to dinner, he said. I didn't mind, she replied. It was nice. You have a lovely home. It's just a house, he said, his voice low. A home needs warmth. Laughter. People like you. Her cheeks flushed. I'm just a maid. He shook his head slightly. Not tonight, you weren't. Outside, the night had deepened into velvet darkness. Amelia stepped into the cool air, her heart still racing. One day, that's all it was supposed to be. One favor for her sister. But now, as she looked back at the mansion glowing against the sky, she knew this was only the beginning. Somewhere inside that house was a man who had locked his heart away, and a child who just wanted someone to listen. And maybe, just maybe, she was meant to be the light that brought them both back to life. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe for more heart-touching tales of love, destiny, and second chances, because sometimes, the most unexpected moments change everything.